Welcome back to Master Mindset Podcast, episode 233.
In this one, we're going to break down the number one killer of team culture. Let's go. All right, Master Mindset listeners, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining. Thanks for getting your mind right. Thanks for helping us normalize mindset work. You don't need to be sick to get better. Hopefully you're listening to this on a workout, on a run, doing dishes, doing laundry. Maybe you listen to this as a team at your work environment. Let's normalize this stuff. These simple, short episodes are to help you get the mental, emotional skills you need to thrive, not survive. So let's just analyze. What do you think the number one killer of team culture is? Marriages, relationships, team dynamics, business, educational settings, sports, doesn't matter. What do you think the number one killer of team culture is? Here's the answer. Lack of effective communication. Have you been trained on how to communicate through conflict? How to prioritize connection before correction? How to organize and game plan your week, your day, where you're proactively communicating what the expectations are, what the roles are, what is the common goal, checking in, doing an after action review of like, here's what went well, here's where we can improve, here's what we'll do next. But the two, I would say, kind of branches of what stems and what the sources of lack of communication effectively is one of two things. If a couple, a team, a collaboration, a partnership, if they're not optimal communication, it's one of two things. Either number one person isn't clearly communicating their needs. So resentment is felt when needs aren't met. So if you're mad at someone for not getting your needs met, well, if they don't know your needs, if you haven't articulated that, if you haven't practically said, here's where I'm hurting, here's what I desire, here's what I have, and you're doing X, Y, and Z, it's kind of like you go and get pizza and you get so mad at the chef for putting onions on your pizza, but you didn't tell them that you don't want onions. You keep ordering pizza and they bring it out thinking you like it, but you don't tell them that you don't like onions. So do you have the courage to be vulnerable and say, here's a need I have. Here's how I'm feeling on this. So the first thing in lack of effective communication is one person in that group effectively communicating their needs? The second one, Team Money, is the other person listening? And they're working on either finding a halfway point or honoring those needs. So I was consulting with someone who's potentially going through maybe a breakup, maybe not, and doesn't know what to do. I was like, well, have you told her what your needs are? It's like, no. Well, you expect her to be a mind reader? Please give her the opportunity to listen and adapt. And you can collectively work on it. Ask her what are her needs. And y'all both can grow. And in any relationship, we need to know and grow, give and forgive. And at a company, if you're not happy with what's going on in your company, have you articulated what your goals are? Or if you're leading someone and they're not performing at a high level, have you communicated, here's the expectation, here's what we're working on? If you haven't given them a chance to change, to learn, to dig deep, to find new skills to meet that challenge. So the simple takeaway, Team Money, for today, if y'all listening, is if you're not optimizing your relationship, your team performance, I like to say that clear expectations eliminate 92.8% of drama. Have you aligned on a common goal? Do you know both parties' needs, both parties' goals, what we all are looking for? Are you communicating your needs? And on the other hand, are you listening to someone's needs? Are you honoring those? Are you working together? Because resentment is felt when needs aren't met. Let's stop being mind readers. Let's prioritize communication. Let's systems, daily, weekly, monthly on our check-ins and how we're doing. And I hate to see people unhappy because they're just not courageous enough to have a simple conversation. So let's prioritize connection before correction. Let's prioritize how am I proactively communicating and checking in on the people that I love and serve. Improve communication, improve well-being, improve belonging, improve performance. Team Money, the body has limits,
but the mind is limitless.